Hello students, so this is your teacher McEnroe. Today I will be teaching you the lesson name Bond of Love. This is a beautiful work and written by Kenneth Anderson. As you could see on the board right now, that is the name of the lesson, Bond of Love, and the name of the writer is Kenneth Anderson. Okay, before I could provide you the explanation as well as the meaning of those difficult words, I want you to place your book right now in front of you so that you will follow me, and then you will identify also that where you could use all those words which are there in the book. Okay, because it is going to help you a lot, because here I will explain to you that how you could be using those difficult words. All right, so please just do that. Place your book right now in front of you and look for the lesson name Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Anderson. Okay, so here is the introduction. The story highlights the emotional bond between human beings and animals. The narrator's wife shares affection with a wild bear and they get attached to each other, shows that animals have feelings and reciprocate to love with warmth and affection. Okay, see here the pronunciation of B-E-A-R, I have pronounced it as bear. Okay, see this is the word that I was talking about, bear. Okay, this is how you have to pronounce this word. It's not beer. I have heard many students mispronouncing this term and word as beer, but it's not that. This is the pronunciation, bear, B-E-A-R, bear. Okay, so that was the introduction. Now I want you just to have a look at your book, because I'm going to read the first paragraph followed by the explanation. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. Okay, let me just give you the meaning of those difficult words over there. Okay, you must have noticed that while reading the first line of the first paragraph, there is a term there, sloth bear. Okay, this is the spelling, S-L-O-T-H, bear. Okay, now I'm asking you, do you know the meaning of this one, sloth bear? Okay, let me tell you. Sloth means nocturnal. Okay, now again you will be trying to figure out that what does it mean, by the way, nocturnal. Okay, N-O-C-T-U-R-N-A-L. This is the synonym of this word, sloth, nocturnal. Okay, now let me make it more simple. Those creatures or people who are active at night, they are called nocturnal. Okay, there are so many creatures like the owls, beavers, and then even ants also sometimes they don't sleep, right? Those creatures who don't sleep at night, they are known as nocturnal creatures, okay, or nocturnal animals or nocturnal insects. All right, and for people, I don't think so that there are people who would be active at night, but nocturnal is the term for the creatures or some people who are active at night, who don't sleep. Okay, so here sloth means the same, nocturnal. So it's a sloth bear. Okay, let me just read it once more for you. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. Okay, that is the meaning of that, nocturnal animal or nocturnal bear. I got him for her by accident 2 years ago. We were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting. Here the meaning of panting is taking short, quick breath. Okay, whenever you are running or doing something kind of hard work, so obviously you'll be panting. Okay, so that is actually the meaning of that. Taking short or quick breath is called panting. Okay, yep. Now the explanation. The narrator's wife got a pet sloth bear as a pet due to an accident. 2 years before the time when the story was written, the narrator and his friends were passing through sugarcane fields near Mysore. Farmers were driving out pigs from their fields by shooting at them. As it was apparently over, suddenly a sloth bear appeared from the fields. It was breathing heavily due to running and the excessive heat. Okay, that was the explanation, but I believe that I have to make it more simple, all right, so that you will understand. See, once upon a time, when people, they were driving away those wild pigs, especially the farmers, they do that because they don't want their fields to be destroyed by those wild pigs. Okay, they usually do that. It was sugarcane fields, and there are supposed to be farmers around, and they are chasing them away, or they are shooting at them also. Okay, and what they do, because they don't want their fields, sugarcane fields, to be destroyed or ruined by these creatures. Okay, so that's why they are doing it. So here this happened with the narrator. Here the narrator is telling that it happened at that time when they were passing through the sugarcane fields, and they saw that farmers, they were chasing or shooting at those animals which were actually destroying the fields, the sugarcane fields. And at that time, when everything was done, everything was over, when all the animals were chased away or driven away, at that time from nowhere a sloth bear actually appeared. Okay, so that's what the narrator is trying to tell us. Okay, now the next paragraph. Now I will not shoot at sloth bear wantonly, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Okay, now here the meaning of wantonly. Okay, wantonly, that is how you have to pronounce that word. For no good reason. If you don't have any reason, that's called wantonly. Okay. Now I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. It's there in your book. Kids, I just want you to just follow me while I am reading out the paragraph, all right? Now I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly for no good reason, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Now you have to tell me the meaning of that. Or if you have understood from that paragraph, may I ask you, did you understand, by the way? Okay, see, just try to read it. Okay, I'm reading it once more so that you will be able to figure out that what the narrator is trying to say here. Okay, now I will not shoot at sloth bear wantonly. The meaning of wantonly is for no good reason. But unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Now let me tell you the meaning of companions. Companion means partners, those who are around the person, I mean his friends. Okay, promptly means instantly, at that moment. Okay, so now you just have to tell me, would you? Okay, see here the narrator is telling that he wouldn't shot at sloth bear wantonly, means for no reason. Why he would do that? Okay, let me just provide you the explanation, then you will understand now. The narrator says that he would never shoot at a bear without any reason, but one of his companions did, and the bear was shot dead. Okay, now that is actually the explanation of that paragraph that I just have asked you to, try to give me the meaning of those, or if you have understood. Okay, the narrator says that he would never shoot at a bear without any reason, but one of his companions did, and the bear was shot dead. As we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. Then we saw it was a baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back when the sudden shot had killed her. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. All right. Now what we have to understand here? We have to understand the meaning of those difficult words there. I think it's companion, I've already told you. Partner. Prostrate. 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 The meaning of that is lying on the ground facing downwards. Okay. You must have seen infant, means small baby, you know, when they are taking birth, when they just come to our world. Okay, this world I'm talking about. They just want to be laying down like this. I mean, this is how, what I just have shown you right now is actually I mean like prostrate. Okay, lying down towards the downward. Okay, and you don't want to move around and all that. Your face is towards the cot or the bed, whatever you are laying on. Okay, that's called prostrate. So, okay, let's just see once more. The narrator says that he would never shoot at a bear without any reason, but one of his companions did. He never wanted to do that, right? What happened? How did it happen? Do you remember? Yes, let me remind you again. The narrator, they just passed by through the sugarcane fields where all the farmers, you know, they were chasing away and driven away those wild pigs and animals because they were ruining and destroying their fields, the sugarcane fields. And when they finished doing that, all of a sudden from nowhere there was this sloth bear which just came out from the bushes. Okay, and yeah, as we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. Okay, that animal was so big, it was so huge that they were just scared of it. And what happened? One of his companions, the companion of the narrator, he just saw it, and out of, you know, I would say that he was scared, he just shot at it. He didn't even think twice. He didn't even think once also. Okay, he just shot at the bear. And when the bear was dead, at that time they noticed that there was something moving on the back of the bear. And what was it? It was a baby bear. Okay, a baby bear was actually lying on the back of its mother. Okay, so let's see what happened. The animal lay on the ground, but a part of its furry black body moved. It was a baby bear that had been lying on the mother bear's back. Now that the mother bear was dead, the baby got up and ran around mother's body crying. Now that was the explanation. This is the next paragraph that I'm going to read for you. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. It scooted into the sugarcane field. Following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it by the scruff of its neck while it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. Okay, now let me just give you the meaning of those difficult words. Scooted, S-C-O-O-T-E-D, scooted. The meaning is there in the bracket. Ran away. See, this is how you could use these difficult words into your sentences, and you can have the practice of it. Okay, it scooted. See how beautiful that sentence is. It scooted into the sugarcane field, means the baby bear just ran away, and it went inside the sugarcane field. Okay, Following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it by the scruff of its neck. Now, scruff of its neck means take hold of the back of the neck or collar suddenly and roughly. This is how we do it. Scruff of its neck, scruff of the neck. Okay, this is the point that I'm talking about at the back of your head, the neck. Okay, so this is how you could do, right? Whenever you're catching an animal which is afraid of you, which is small also, which is handful, so you would just catch hold of it by grabbing its neck at the back of the head. Okay, this is how you would do. So here, scruff of the neck or scruff of its neck means take hold of the back of the neck or collar suddenly and roughly. Okay, while it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. Here the meaning of snap is again when it was, moving and trying to struggle itself to move away from that particular person who has captured it. Scratch, okay, with its long hooked claws. Now you know the meaning of scratch, right? And hooked claws, I mean the kind of the claws that these animals are having, they are like the hook, the shape of the hook, or look alike the hook. You must have seen some hooks, right? So that baby bear was having that kind of claw. Okay, so now let me make it more simple with the explanation. The narrator tried to catch the baby bear. The bear escaped into the sugarcane field. The group chased it, and finally the narrator caught hold of it from the back of its neck. The bear tried to scratch them with its hook-shaped claws. Now you must have understood, all right? They just went after the baby bear, which went inside the sugarcane field because it was frightened, it was scared, it was afraid. Because of that, it ran away. Okay, and the mother was dead. It was shot by whom? By the companion of the narrator. The narrator didn't want it to be shoot at like that. Okay, and he did say that also, that he would have not done it unnecessarily without no good reason. The meaning of that was without no good reason, and the word was wantonly. Okay, WANTONLY, wantonly. Okay, that is actually the word, and the meaning of that is for no good reason. Okay, so the narrator is saying that, and was saying this, that he would have not shot at that bear, but at that instant one of his companions did. He shot at it and it died. It got killed. And when all this thing happened, they found something moving at the back of that bear. And what was it? It was a baby bear, which was now into the sugarcane field inside. And the narrator and his companion, they ran behind it because they wanted to capture it. And they did. And when they did, the baby bear was so scared that it started scratching the narrator with his hooked claws, the hooked shaped claws. Okay, you must have understood. Fine. So yes, this is the next paragraph that I would ask you to please just have a look at that, because it's really a beautiful one. I mean to say, like those words, which are used over there, they are really beautiful. I mean, you could use them in your sentences whenever you're writing and speaking to someone. All right. We put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno, B-R-U-N-O. Now, let me just give you the meaning of those words over there. Gunny bags, G-U-N-N-Y, B-A-G-S, gunny bags. Let me tell you, I mean, if you have seen these bags in some of the shops here where you buy rations. You know rations? What is the meaning of rations? Those food items that you usually buy from the shop. Okay? And in those bags, I mean like full of rice or full of sugar will be kept in those sack. We call it shack. Okay? This is actually the synonym of that gunny bags. Gunny bag is actually shack. S-A-C-K, sack. Okay? And this is the synonym of gunny bags. Okay, so what they did, they stuffed, I mean they just put the baby bear inside that gunny bags. Okay? And yes, christened it. What do you mean by that? Christine it, baptize it, okay? Or just kept the name of that baby bear. So they have named the baby bear as Bruno. So that baby bear was a Christian. We would say that because they have christened it. I mean they have named it. Okay? See, this is how such words are used. Okay? I want you guys to use such words and this kind of words in your sentences whenever you are writing. And this is how you will understand whenever you are trying to understand from those given slides, and then you try to read them also from your book, and at the same time use them in writing. Keep practicing. Then you will understand, and then you will be having the habit of using those difficult words. Alright kids? See, this is how you would be developing your speaking skills. Do you want to learn English seriously? Okay, yes, I know that. You really want to learn. But the thing is that you must know that there are beautiful words also that you could be using. Alright, so what's the best thing? You are having the books. Open them, read them, and then try to understand. Okay? And if you don't, then refer to the internet. They will tell you that what is actually the meaning of that sentence which is given there in your book. If not, you can always watch YouTube. In YouTube, you will find many contents for all those which you are referring. Okay? So what you guys have to do now, if you really want to learn English, this is how you have to do. Develop yourself. Make a habit, keep practicing. Fine. Let me move ahead. The group stuffed the bear in a gunny bag and took it to Bangalore. Now, what is Bangalore called currently? Bengaluru. Okay, this is how the name has been changed. Okay, it was Bangalore before, now it's Bengaluru. The narrator gifted the bear cub to his wife. Here now the cub, see, again, C-U-B, cub, is actually the young or the baby of the bear is called cub. Okay? See, most of the times you will be saying baby bear, baby bear. But actually, this is the term for that, the correct and the original word for that particular thing. I'm talking about the baby bear. Okay? Cub, baby cub. Okay? A boy cub. That means that the cub or the baby is a male. Alright? So this is how you could develop your speaking and writing skills by understanding those words and the meaning and how to use them. Fine. She was happy to have it tied a color ribbon around its neck. As it was a male cub, she named it Bruno. Okay? Since they have found that the bear was a male, so they have named it as Bruno. Okay? The narrator and his companions brought the cub, male cub of a bear to their house. Okay, the narrator's house. And he gifted it to his wife. And his wife was so happy to see that it even tied a ribbon to the neck of the baby bear, the cub. Okay, and she has named it as Bruno. Okay, yeah. Now the next paragraph. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a very few days he started eating and drinking everything else. And everything is the right word, for he ate porridge made from any ingredients, vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, especially pork, curry and rice regardless of condiments and chilies, bread, eggs, chocolates. Okay, did you find it? It's there in your book. Are you seriously looking at your book right now? Yes, because it's there in your book. Now let me just tell you the meaning of those difficult words over there, like condiments. C-O-N-D-I-M-E-N-T-S. Condiments means spices, items like those chilies, things and all, okay, which are really spicy. And here see, V-E-G-E-T-A-B-L-E-S, it's not vegetable. I have told you this one earlier, that the pronunciation of this word is not vegetable, it's table, vegetables, okay, vegetables. Now let me again remind you, okay, I have told many times to you kids that see, whenever you find this word in any of the word, for example, see, this is one of the word here over here, come. Okay, see, there are so many words like that. Okay, so the sound of table will become table here. What's table? Comfortable. It's not table. But whenever table is written alone, try to listen to me carefully. Whenever it is written alone, T-A-B-L-E, that is the time you will have to say table. But whenever it comes along with this word like comf, veg, so the sound will double. What's double? Comfortable. Okay, kids? So that was a paragraph, and those are the words which are there, as I told you. Okay, and I have provided you the meaning of those. Here they are talking about Bruno, the male cub, the bear cub. Okay, let me just continue. Sweet pudding, ice cream, etc., etc. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact anything liquid, it all went down with Rallis. The meaning of that is there in the bracket. Great enjoyment. So kids, I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, I shall meet you in my next class with the continuation of this first episode of this lesson named The Bond of Love. So it's here, McEnroe signing off. Hashtag stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.